What up, what up, what up? What's good, what's good, what's good? What's going on, what's going on, what's going on, people? What is good, what is good? We're about to get it in today. It's about that time. It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. I just put out a preview of the new bad boy membership program, which is called The Most Effective Way to Play the Numbers Game to Get Massive Success with Women. All right. Okay. So, shout outs to the chats. Duke Alex, what's going on? John E, April MC in the building. Iceberg S checking in. And listen, today, guys, today's show, I titled it, just because she's sexy doesn't mean, the pussy's good. But see, that type of stuff, we've talked about before, but I want to go a little deeper into that. I want to go a little deeper. You understand? I want to go a little deeper into talking about this topic. But before we get into all that, guys, what has to happen. So let's just let it happen.
Everybody has game. The thing is, though, is your game weak or is your game strong? See, that's the difference. See, having weak game is synonymous with having no game. But you have game, you have a strategy to get what you want, but your strategy might be weak.
I always tell these guys, snap your fingers. And I'll tell them, snap your fingers. Like, you hear that sound? I'm like, what is that sound? Bitch, that's a 17-year-old that just turned 18. That's a 19-year-old that just turned 21. They are just, they're everywhere.
Hi, how you doing? You think I give a fuck about how you doing, bitch? All I want you to motherfucking do is open your mouth and say something so I can hear how your voice sounds so it can tell me how the fuck to get at you.
Your feelings are not facts. Because you feel like whatever you feel like, you can't get me to believe that there's more than two genders. You understand what I'm saying? And truthfully, I'm not sorry because I can't really make facts out of your fucking feelings. Matter of fact, fuck your feelings. There's only two genders. Only two genders. You trying to tell me that genders are neutral and niggas is trying to come up with 92 fucking genders, bro.
There's this narrative now that it's okay for a man to cry, and it's really pushing this sensitivity, express yourself, express your feelings. One thing I've always respected about my father growing up, I never seen my dad cry. Me and him would get into arguments, we would go at it, we would fight. I would say the harshest things to him I could to hurt his feelings, but I never broke him.
Shoot, just the right pair of shoes get your dick sucked. Just the right pair of shoes. Women don't, seriously, you could look like Boris Cujo, you'd be 6'8", have a print down to your knee. They look at those shoes, they bust, they just like, oh no, not him. Nah, boo-boo.
The bitches shine because of the nigga. Period. Like, and when it's functioning correctly, that's the way it is. So, on that note, dick is a gift. It's a gift. It's a gift.
You got to play your way from start to the end. That's having game. Because if you do that, what you expect is what's going to happen. See, don't no accidents happen with motherfuckers that got game.
Yes, we back. We are back. Shout out to everybody in the chats. Shout out to Fabian K, Enoch, Antoine, S. Sergeant, Cilantro, Primetime, Dada Saints, Goldie, what's good? Sixers fan, True Savage, John E, what's popping, man? Shout out to everybody here. Joe Blast in the building. What's going on? Jacob, what's popping? We about to get it in. You understand? Because this topic right here, and guys, the phone lines are open today. If you guys want to call in, you feel what I'm saying? Call in. The call-in number is 516-387-1224, 516-387-1224. Make sure you guys hit that donate button at the top, and you will get your questions answered. I'm not going to be on here too long. I'll probably make this probably like an hour and a half, hour and some change, hopefully. You know how that goes. You never know. But yeah, man, shout out to everybody. So I titled this, Just Because She's Sexy Doesn't Mean That the Pussy's Good. You understand? Doesn't mean the pussy's good. Now, a lot of times I'm sure you guys have already heard where guys will say, oh, you know, chicks who are really hot, sometimes they're whack in bed and they're average and all that other stuff. And so I'm sure you guys have heard this before, right? But I want to go even deeper into all of that and just how it pertains to the whole game and how it pertains to you getting what you want. And you know what I'm saying? Just seeing this from an entirely different perspective, right? So when guys say, you know, oh, if a chick is hot, right? Usually the pussy is not that great. Like the sex is kind of garbage, right? There is some truth to that, but it doesn't necessarily mean that's what it is all the time. Because you could meet a really hot chick, you understand, a girl that you think is hot, or a girl that most guys would say is hot, right? Because remember, it's all subjective anyway. You could meet that type of girl and the sex could be amazing. You understand? Like she could look good. You know what I'm saying? Got a nice body, cute face, all that other stuff. And the sex is on point, right? But there is some truth to where you'll have a lot of girls who most guys would consider hot, you know, like the super Instagram hot thought model type of chicks, right? And sometimes because, you know, they think, hey, you know what? I look good. So they feel like they don't necessarily need to put in any work in the bedroom because they feel like, hey, you know what? You should just be happy that I'm here giving you some ass. You understand what I'm saying? And so a lot of these girls, they don't really put that work in, right? Now, what you got to understand about this whole thing is this, is that a lot of times guys are trying to strive to always get with the baddest chick, or that's like their fantasy. Now, again, you should go after girls who you think is attractive, right? Don't settle and don't fuck with girls just because, or you think you can't get a hotter girl. So you're like, well, let me just stick with this girl over here. You know, I really want that hotter girl, but I'm just going to like settle for this one over here. No, you don't need to do all that. You should go for the girls that you think are attractive at all times, get those women. But what a lot of guys do is that they either hesitate to approach women or deal with women in general because they're like, well, that girl's not my type, or she's not like the perfect 10 and all this other stuff. And I got to wait for that type of girl to come around. And the funny part is that even when that girl does come around, the guy doesn't really have the confidence, swag, or mouthpiece to get her, which is, you know, so it's ironic that they're waiting for that shit, right? Or what happens is that some of these guys, right, they're getting with chicks that they're not really into because they feel like it's easier to get that girl. They feel like it's safer to get that girl, right? And so they're getting with women who they're not really that interested in these women, but because she's there, they're like, fuck it, right? Now, this is the thing. There's some guys who they're so obsessed with getting the hot girl just because they want to show off to their friends. They're obsessed with getting the hot girl because they think getting the hot girl is going to mean that they're more of a man and that their mat game is so on point and that they're the shit and all this other nonsense, right? So they're stressing to get this hot girl because of all these other reasons, right? They want to prove something to themselves. They want to prove something to their friends and all this other stuff, right? But what a lot of guys don't understand is that just because the girl is hot or just because you think the girl is like good looking or whatever, right? That is not going to actually give you the most pleasurable experience dealing with a woman, right? So the girl could be hot, but she could be a bitch, right? And then you're dealing with this bitchy ass hot girl, right? The girl could be hot and she could be a super attention whore. Like sometimes, like for example, if you guys have been out with a really, really hot girl, or what most guys would consider like a super hot chick, where dudes is just like checking her out while y'all are out or whatever it is like that, right? She's going to get a lot of attention. And some of those girls are attention whores. Like I remember I was out once with a girl like that where, you know, she was bad or whatever. We went to this spot or whatever it is like that, right? And she was from out of town. And so we had went out the day before. Like that was the first time I met her. Like we went to go get drinks and then we fucked around a little bit or whatever, but I didn't get to hit. You understand what I'm saying? Because of, you know, certain circumstances or whatever. I ain't got to get into all of that. But So she was like, I'm only here for a week. So I was like, cool. So that weekend, I said, listen, how about we get together again, right? And I had a friend doing something at this spot, like a rooftop spot or whatever. So I said, let's go to this rooftop spot real quick. And then after that, we're going to leave and we're going to do our thing, right? So we at the rooftop spot. And I walk into this place. And there's the elevator you got to go in before you to get up to the floor where the rooftop is at, right? So I'm with the chick. We have to check our coats. We go into the elevator. It's me, her, and like 6 other dudes. You understand? Now we in the elevator, and these dudes just couldn't stop looking at, like they couldn't take their eyes off her. Now, a lot of times what guys will do generally, you'll see a girl that look cute. You might look at her real quick and then keep it moving. And you see her with a dude and you just, because she with a dude, you probably just glance real quick, but don't really like stare. Like these niggas couldn't stop staring. And I was like, hey, I can't blame you. She looks good, whatever, right? So we get up to the spot, we chilling or whatever. We walking through, niggas is gawking at her. And I'm standing with her, chilling with her, talking with her, flirting with her, kissing her, all this other stuff, right? Dudes still can't help themselves. So I go to the bathroom for like probably a minute or so. I'll be like, yo, I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. She's standing at the bar, drinking her drink. When I come back, there's like 3, 4 guys surrounding her, talking to her. You understand? And so this is the funny part. So because she had that attention whore spirit in her, she liked all the attention, by the way. You know what she said to me? She said, hey, it's okay. This is what she says to me, right? Well, first of all, when I came back and I saw the 4 guys talking to her, I walked past her and I started talking to another girl, right? And then when she saw me talking to the other girl, she left those guys and came to me, right? So now we're chilling again, and then we're at the bar, and then these 2 guys come up to us and talking to us, but they really were talking to us because they were trying to get near to her. Right? And see, I'm telling you all of this stuff because some of y'all guys want hot girls and y'all not ready to deal with all the shit that goes with some of that sometimes, right? So now these 2 motherfuckers is talking to me and her, but I can tell they're trying to get close to her. So they're buying me and her drinks, right? So then because she's liking the attention so much, you know what this girl said to me? She said, hey, it's okay if we go around and talk to other people. Like she wasn't asking if it's okay. She wasn't saying, hey, is it okay if we go around? She was basically telling me, hey, listen, it's okay if we go and talk to other people because I like all this attention and I want you to like sort of go away so I can get all this attention on me. Right? So I said, oh, so I said, she said, it's okay if we go. I said, oh, okay, cool. So as soon as she said that, I walked away from her. Literally 2 seconds, I walked away from her, started talking to other women. Right? And so within maybe, I don't know, maybe like 5 minutes, she's like walking around looking for me. I see her at the corner of my eye looking for me, but she didn't see where I was at. I saw her where she was at. Like I was talking to these girls, I looked over and I see her like walking around looking for me. Right? And so I'm still talking to the girls. I was like, all right, I'll let her look for me a little bit. And then she finally saw me, ran up to me, hugging up on me and all this other stuff. Right? But this woman, she was an attention whore. You understand? And she was getting all this attention because she was hot, and she liked the attention, right? And so I hit it. That night I had sex with her, whatever it is like that. And it was cool. It was okay. It wasn't amazing. You know what I'm saying? It was cool, right? But this is the thing I want guys to understand, though, is that, one, dealing with a chick who would be considered like the super hot girl, you're going to have to deal with all this shit sometimes because of all the attention, all the other guys that's going to try to holler at her. Like there was like, funny enough, while I was with her, when those 2 guys was talking to us and buying us drinks, I saw that one of the guys was really like feeling her. So I said to the dude, I said, bruh, I said, I'm just letting you know, me and her ain't really together. Like I'm fucking with her, but I ain't fucking with her. So if you want to do your thing, my nigga, go do your thing. So he talking to her and he exchanged numbers with this chick. You understand? See, I don't hold the pussy for hostage. You see what I mean? I was like, nigga, if you trying to holler, go holler, right? So they exchanged numbers or whatever. And by the end of the night, me and her, we doing our thing or whatever, right? And the sex was, it was cool, right? But what I want to say is one, if you're dealing with these hot girls, you're going to have to deal with what comes with the hot girls, right? And two, just because she's hot doesn't mean the sex is going to be amazing, because there were other girls that I smashed who, like, let's say this girl that I'm talking about right here, on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give her like at least like a 9.5. Like she was hot. You understand what I'm saying? Now, there's girls that I smashed who were like 5s, 6s, 7s, who were less hot than her, but the sex was on point. You understand? The sex was fucking crazy. And it was better than the sex I got from this chick who was hotter, right? Now, what you guys have to also understand is this, and this is super, 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 extremely, extremely important that you listen to what I'm about to say, okay? It's not about the woman being hot and you just trying to go after all the quote unquote 8s, 9s, and 10s. The most important thing when it comes to you interacting with a girl and having a sexual situation with her, the most important thing is not how hot she is. The most important thing is if you and that girl are sexually compatible. That's the most important thing. That's more important than her being hot. Say that again. The most important thing is if you and her are sexually compatible. That is more important than her being hot. Remember, again, you want to fuck with a girl you think is attractive, right? That you're attracted to and you want to have sex with. But the most important thing is if you guys are sexually compatible. And sometimes what's going to happen is, right, is you might get with a girl who you think is a dime. You're like, oh, she's bad. She this, she that. And you're going to have sex and you're going to realize y'all are not sexually compatible. You understand? You're going to realize you're not sexually compatible. So her being hot is irrelevant if y'all are not sexually compatible. So what does it mean to be sexually compatible? Right? So there's basically two things when it comes to sexual compatibility. Right? And I narrowed down to technique. I just call it technique and touch. Okay, I'm going to explain both of these two things. Right? Because what happens is some people, what up, my dude K-Zaggin 20 in the building? What's going on, fam? What's going on? What's cracking? But yeah, the thing is sexual compatibility, and it's two things that gotta look out for is technique and touch, right? So let's talk about technique. Technique is basically how you're having the sex and the things that you're doing in the sexual situation, right? And it needs to be where you guys actually like doing those things you're doing in the sexual situation. So that means that y'all have to match up with the technique. So for example, if you might be dealing with a girl who likes to bite your lips when y'all are kissing, but you don't like when a girl bites your lips. I remember Miles was talking about this the other day where he was chilling with some girl, she was biting the fuck out of his lips. Now, because she likes to bite lips and you don't like your lips being bit, the technique is all off. You understand? It doesn't match. Now, if you like to get your lips bitten and she bites lips, then that's good because y'all match. Right? So you might be with a chick who, I don't know, let's say y'all are fucking or whatever, and she likes to, I don't know, stick fingers in your ass or some shit, and you don't like that shit. You're like, no. Don't fucking, you understand what I'm saying? And now there's a thing where she could just not do it and it'll be fine. But if that's like her thing and she gets off on that, right? And she just has that urge to want to do that, or she just doesn't enjoy herself, you guys are not going to be compatible because the technique is off. Is that you are not into that, but she is. Vice versa. You could be into doing something that she's not into. You understand? You might be the type of guy who likes to, you know, I don't know, you like to fucking go down on chicks or some shit and do some crazy shit on a pussy, and she's not into all of that. And then so therefore the technique doesn't match, right? So people like different shit. And then so what happens is that because people like different shit, you're going to be in a situation where you're with a girl, even though she's hot, the techniques doesn't match up. And you're not going to enjoy the sexual experience, right? So it's not going to matter that she's hot. So, and this is the reason why I'm saying most of this stuff, you guys got to understand, is because if your whole focus is just like, I got to get the hottest girl, which is ridiculous anyway. You just got to get a girl you're attracted to. But if you're like, I got to get the hottest girl, you could be wasting a lot of time and energy getting the hottest girl only to find out that you and her are not fucking sexually compatible. Right? So the first thing is technique. Technique is the way you're doing the sex, the type of things that you want to do in a sexual situation, and it just doesn't match up. Y'all don't match with that. Right? Now, the thing about technique is a person can, you know, two people can actually work on technique and fix that in a certain way to make it work. So let's say, for example, you know, you with this girl, y'all hooking up, y'all doing what you do, and y'all want to like date each other and see each other, whatever. But she does something sexually you don't like, or you do something sexually she doesn't like. And then y'all could work on that. Let's say, or even it could be like, for example, let's say you eating pussy, but she don't really like the way you eat it. And then she says, hey, do a little bit more of this, do a little bit more of that. And so now she's helping you with the technique to make her feel good with it. So then you're doing that thing to make her feel good. And now it's working. Right? So you can work on technique in some situations to make the sex or the sexual situation more compatible. But the next thing I'm talking about, which is touch, because remember I said it's technique and touch. Touch is something you can't work on. So what's touch? And this is where sexual compatibility gets tricky. See, technique you can work on. Touch you can't work on. So what is touch? Touch is the natural feeling that you feel by you touching this woman and her touching you. That means kissing, sucking, fucking, whatever. The natural feeling you feel when she's touching you and you're touching her. So what does that mean? That means that you can actually be in a situation where you're kissing a woman and you don't feel anything, and vice versa. She could be kissing you and she doesn't feel anything, right? So I remember one time I was on a date with this girl, right? Real cute chick, date was cool and everything like that, right? And what happened was I kissed her. You understand? He said they got to pay for that. I know, right? Facts. I'm giving away too much, kids. I got to feel you. But I'm on a date, right? And I kissed this girl. And it felt like I was kissing my hand. You understand? Like I'm kissing her and I just wasn't feeling it. Right? So me and her are not compatible sexually because I don't feel anything kissing this woman. You understand? And vice versa, you can kiss a chick and she may not feel anything, like her pussy won't get wet or whatever. She just doesn't feel it. It's like she's kissing her brother. Right? You can't work on touch. It's either it's a connection or it ain't. You understand what I'm saying? It's either a connection or it ain't. And see, this is the part of the game that a lot of people don't talk about or don't understand. This even happens for fucking. So you could be with a chick and you could be fucking her, like you putting your dick in her pussy and it just feels okay. You're like, it's okay. It's all right. And then there's some women, you put your dick in the pussy and it feels fucking amazing. You understand what I'm saying? So with one girl, it feels okay. The other girl, it feels amazing. And it's not necessarily even, you know, somebody might say, well, oh, maybe one's tighter than the other girl, right? That could have something to do with it in certain situations. But let's say you have two women who have, let's say, the equal tightness of the pussy or whatever it is like that. And you fuck one girl and it's like, it feels amazing. The other girl feels like whatever, right? So what happens is the girl that it feels amazing to you and it feels amazing to her, y'all are sexually compatible. The girl who it doesn't feel amazing to, you guys are not sexually compatible. And there's nothing you can do to fix that. Nothing you can do to fix that. So a lot of people don't understand this. So this is why it makes no sense to be getting so hyped over a girl just being hot, because you haven't fucked her yet. So you have no idea whether or not you and her are sexually compatible. So if you're with a girl who's hot and you want to have sex with her and be with her, right? But you have sex with her and you realize you guys aren't sexually compatible, then her being hot is irrelevant. You understand? It doesn't make a difference that she's hot or not. You see what I mean? It's irrelevant, because what's the use of having a chick who's hot but you're not sexually compatible with her, right? And so what happens is, if you see that other girl who's cute, let's say you see a girl who, you know, you would say she's like a 6 or a 7, but you have sex, the sex is crazy, y'all sexually compatible, it's better for you to be with that girl than the hot girl who you're not sexually compatible with. So this is not to say don't go for the hot girls. What it is to say is that don't put so much stock in the women just being super hot, because you still have to find out if you and her are sexually compatible. You understand? Exactly. See, Shio, thank you. I was just about to say that. Thank you, Shio. And that's why you don't waste time on a lot of dates without sex. This is exactly why you do not go out on 3, 4, 5 dates, taking it slow with a chick, right? Because if you're taking it slow with a woman and then you finally have sex and you realize they're not fucking sexually compatible, then you just basically wasted your time. You see? He said, Locario, the best pussy I ever had was on a fat girl. That shit was so tight. Listen. Y'all niggas don't understand. Y'all niggas don't understand. Listen, I've had sex with tall girls, short girls, skinny girls, fat girls, women who were freaking dwarfs and shit, old women, young women. You know what I'm saying? Legally young, of course. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've had sex with all different types of women, right? And and this is what I'm saying, I'm talking from experience. I've had sex with the Instagram model type of girls that dudes be going crazy over. I've had sex with the run-of-the-mill, average-looking librarian chick that looks like a nerd in the corner who wears glasses and does crossword puzzles and shit. You understand what I'm saying? I've had sex with, you know, chicks who were the young 19, 20-year-old chicks, you know, that's just kind of goofy and fucking want to have fun, but they're hot and sexy and young and all that other shit. You understand? I've had sex with chicks that, you know, look like grandmas and all that. You understand what I'm saying? All of that stuff. And you know what I learned out of all that shit is that you never know where the good pussy's coming from. You never know. You never know. That's the part that guys don't get. See, guys are so concerned. Yo, she gotta be super hot. See, this is why. Look, let me tell you guys something. This is why sometimes you'll see a nigga fucking with a chick, and you're like, why is he like she aight, but damn, why he with her? It's because that pussy's crazy sometimes. Now, there's times where he might be with her because she paying his bills and all that other shit. But as far as sex goes, is the pussy is crazy. Vice versa. Some chicks, they'll be with a dude, you're like, why she with that nigga? Because he's dicking her down heavy. She's loving it. They're sexually compatible. They're sexually compatible. That's why they're together. You see what I'm saying? That they're sexually compatible people. You understand? That's what's popping. Shout out to the Alpha. Shout out to my dude Justin. He said, if I talk to enough queens on Clubhouse, well, I'll get laid. Shout out to my dude Justin in the building. What's going on? Merciless was popping, bro. You said baddies are never on the dance floor in the club shaking it like the sevens are under. Chicks sitting in the VIPs have the worst box. Yo, I'm telling you, listen. You can never know if the pussy's gonna be good by looking at her. Never. Because remember, she has to be sexually compatible to you. You see? See, you could fuck a girl and be like, that shit was trash. And I could fuck that same girl and be like, yo, that shit was amazing, nigga. I don't know what the fuck you was talking about. Right? Because me and that girl might be sexually compatible. You and that girl might not be. You see what I'm saying? See, just like looks, good sex is subjective. You see? So a lot of times you guys are going through your dating lives thinking and worrying about, oh, I got to get the baddest shit because she got to look bad and niggas got to see me with the baddest girl. And, I got to, fucking impress my boys. And I got to, impress myself to make myself feel good because I got this really bad chick. And you get this really hot girl and you're like, yo, she all right, though. I mean, she's okay. The sex ain't really all that. She's all right. But, I'm not really feeling it like that. It's all right. Like she sucked dick, but it ain't that great. Right? And then what happens is that you got the other chick who you fuck with and she's decent looking. You would consider her 5.5, 6 on a good day. Right? She cool, but she sucked the shit out your dick though. You understand? That pussy's crazy. Right? And you're like, damn, like, see, you're more sexually compatible with with that chick who's the 5.5 than the chick who's the 9 or the 10. And then vice versa. You could be fucking with a chick who's super bad and be extremely sexually compatible with her and fucking with a chick who's a 5 or 6 and you're not sexually compatible with her. So the key is you have to find the girls you're sexually compatible with. This is why all of this shit is a numbers game. It's all a numbers game. Because imagine, you finally got with the hottest woman you've ever gotten with in your life. She's exactly your type. You're like, damn, you mad excited because you were about to get the buns. And then you fuck this girl and the shit is trash. And you're like, what? You're like, what the fuck? And this is what I'm saying. This type of shit happens. This is the type of shit that can happen. You see what I'm saying? Exactly. Pussy is subjective. Facts. Facts. But see, dudes would have had to fuck with a lot of different women to understand this. You understand? So you got guys out there who've only had sex with one woman in their life, so they don't even know what the fuck good pussy is. You understand what I'm saying? They don't know what it is. They just took what they could get. They settled for what they got, and that's that. They just happy that their dick is inside somewhere warm. You understand? And so they don't even understand this. Right? And so what happens is that you have so many people that are in relationships or in situations where they're not really satisfied. Or what happens is that they'll try to trick themselves into thinking they like it. They try to sort of rationalize the situation. But at the end of the day, they keep getting reminded that they're bullshitting themselves because they're in the situation, but they're just not really enjoying it. And see, this is the thing. What happens is that you'll really understand the difference once you compare and contrast. See, when you're dealing with a lot of different women, what happens is like, let's say you fuck Jennifer today, and then you fuck Stacy next week, and then you fuck Siobhan, the week after. So you got those 3 girls to compare. So you're like, oh shit, like Stacy's, that shit was fucking amazing. And Siobhan, she aight, but and so you could tell the difference. But if you've only been with this one girl, right, then you don't really have no reference point. Like if you only had McDonald's to eat, right? Them cheeseburgers is like the most delicious thing ever. Until you actually went to another restaurant that makes cheeseburgers and you're like, oh shit, this shit is fucking crazy. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of guys don't have the comparison. They can't compare and contrast because they haven't really been out there interacting with different women. And see, I was like shocked at being with really good looking women and the sex being okay or whack. And then there were some of them that was really good. Same thing with the average looking woman that I was with. Some of the sex was like okay, and then some was amazing and some was trash. So what I learned was it's not how the woman looks that's going to determine the level of sexual pleasure you're going to have. It just, all it is that you have to interact with women, and then you'll find the women who you're actually sexually compatible with. And then the ones you're sexually compatible with, that's when the sex is going to be great. So I'm not going to fuck with this girl just because she looked good, but the sex is trash, right? I'm going to fuck with the girl who's the average looking girl and the sex is on point. So if I was fucking with both those girls, I'm going to be having more sex with the girl who the sex is on point, where we're sexually compatible. You see what I'm saying? Now, if you are trying to have a long-term relationship, right, with a woman, you definitely want to be sexually compatible with her, and you want her to be a woman that you're attracted to, right? She doesn't have to be the baddest chick, but she has to be a woman you're sexually attracted to. So you know what types of girls you're sexually attracted to. So it doesn't matter what your boys think, doesn't matter what society thinks. You need to understand what you like. And then so you make that choice to be with that girl who you're attracted to, but also is sexually compatible with you. You know what I'm saying? You said, hold on. Ken, you said, have you ever smashed a chick you thought was ugly for whatever reason? Yes. I fucked chicks who I was like, but she got a fat ass though. So I didn't like her face I wasn't feeling, but the body was crazy. So I was like, shit, turn that ass around. Let's get it in. You feel me? So I'm like, let's get it in. You see what I'm saying? So these chicks that I fucked that I didn't think were pretty, but they had a fatty. You understand? You said, do you think it's possible for a trick to be sexually compatible with a prostitute? Yes, you can. The thing is, I think that'll be kind of difficult in certain situations because like you would have to have like an amazing sort of sexual connection in that situation, because that would mean that the prostitute would also be enjoying the experience with you if you're tricking and you're doing that type of shit. which most likely is not going to happen. You understand what I'm saying? It would have to be like the stars aligned and it was just like good. You understand? Where the feeling just was like on both ends, like, yo, this shit is crazy. You said, I don't understand what you are spitting, man. This is a nature instinct amongst men. What are you talking about? Sammy B, call up. So, guys, call the numbers 516-387-1224, 516-387-1224. Man. But yeah, that's the thing, guys. You got to understand that, you know, it's all about sexual compatibility. Is she fuckable? That's the only thing that matters. Facts. Certified Tyrone said, have you ever had a situation where her pussy was too tight to fit in? That's crazy. That actually, listen. There's actually a thing. I forgot what it's called. I think it might be called. Hold on. Where's my phone at? Let me look this up. I think it's a thing called, if I'm not mistaken, it's called Vaginismus, I think it's called. Hold on. Is this it? I think it's like Vaginismus is with it says vaginismus is a condition where there's involuntary tightness of the vagina during attempted intercourse. It says the tightness is actually caused by involuntary contractions of the pelvic floor muscles surrounding the vagina. The woman does not directly control or will the tightness to occur. It is an involuntary pelvic response. Yeah, so basically that could happen. You understand? So, you know, that shit could go down. But let's take some calls real quick. Let's go to 732. What's popping? Who this?
Hello.
What up?
What's good? Locarios are showing I donated.
Appreciate it, my brother. What's going on?
So, yeah, I want to put my 2 cents in on this topic right here. Also got a question for you. Now, as far as remember, it was a guy that just put in a super chat or whatever you call it down there and below the video, where he said, "Can you get a sexual connection with a prostitute, whatever the case may be?"
Right.
Now, Locario, I must say, I was one of them lucky niggas when I was tricking. But when I tell you, bro, if this bitch was ever outside in person, I would never. I wouldn't even practice on that. Like, she was hideous, like hideous. Right. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the whole point is though, you know, before you start having sex, obviously society puts a whole bunch of exaggeration into looks and how much it matters. Right. So of course niggas gonna be like, I want the baddest one possible. But here's my thing. I was in a position where I was fucking a bitch that I thought looked really good, right? And it's like it feeds your ego if you're egotistical about being somebody, you know, that has a bad bitch. But then it's like your ego ain't. It's not pleasure feed. Like it. Eventually, you start to realize like this is not pleasuring me feeding my ego. Like I really want something that feel good. Then you start to see, like I said in the previous call when I called you, you start to see that she ain't doing shit and she over there laying down like you lucky as hell to be around her. Now you feel like shit. Right. So my whole point is to everybody that's listening, in my experience, man, you know, it like you said, get who you find attractive, but don't think it's the end of the game when you get the pussy or you're about to. Because you might get disappointed like a motherfucker as soon as it happens. Oh yeah. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah. Yeah. That is facts. And facts. I got another question for you. Now, this was a minute ago. I don't know if you remember this conversation. But I remember I gotta bring his name up again. But you was talking on the phone with Mustang. And he asked you, he said, so you think you would be able to get 8 out of 10. And then you said, I actually would be able to get 8 out of 10 because I know how to choose. Right. Now I'm here wondering, I'm like, so I'm thinking about this heavy because I'm wondering like how I can do it. But anyway, I don't need you to teach me everything, but pretty much tell me the basis of this. So how would you exactly, you choosing the people on the street? Because you don't take their number, you give them yours. Right. What do you mean exactly how to choose, if you don't mind explaining? Yeah. So this is the thing. When it's like this, right? When you get to a certain level of the game,
you start to understand. And shout out to Ron Wilson. He talks about finding your tribe. So sometimes what happens is that you start to understand or recognize the types of women who are into you, right? And now, so what happens is out of the types of women that you're into or that are into you, you still have to figure out if you're into them. You understand, like which out of those people you're into them. Now, doesn't mean that every girl that you assume that's gonna, you know, that's gonna be into you is gonna be into you, but most likely they might. So for example, let's say if you're the type of guy who frequents, like I had a friend back in the day, we used to go to a lot of these like poetry slams, open mics, yada, 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 right? So there will be the type of women that will be around there a lot of times is like these, you know, fucking like incense, fucking dreadlock, natural hair type. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. So he knows, right? So what happens is that those are the type of women generally who are into him, who like him for some reason. You understand what I'm saying? So doesn't mean every girl that's like that he approaches or talks to is gonna like him. But what happens is that he notices a pattern of women who are generally into that type of stuff are into him. You see what I mean? And so what happens is that he has that advantage talking to those type of girls because he knows that those are the tribe of women who sort of usually are into him. You understand what I'm saying? So like, for example, right. So for example, what I notice is that, like, for me, for example, I say like this. What I notice is, for some reason, I don't know why this is, but for some reason, Indian girls, for some reason, just usually like me for some reason, right? You know, so I don't know why that happens, but it just happens. Wow. I don't know why. It's just ridiculous. Indian girls, and this is like the easiest, like Indian girls, specific type of black women that I know is just like super easy. And usually European or like Australian white women is like, as soon as like I could go like, bro, every time I've met a chick who's from like Australia or like Europe and they're, you know, of course they're visiting the United States or whatever and everything like that, that's already super easy. You understand what I'm saying? Like I used to go to these meetups where it was meetups specifically for people who are foreign. You understand what I'm saying? To go to those meetups, and I'll go to those meetups, and a lot of times it'll be easy for me to pull a chick because when I go in there, I'm like, okay, there's a white chick over there. She's from another country. Boom. That's usually easy for me because I know that 9 times out of 10 or 8 times out of 10, when I talk to those type of girls, usually some shit pop off. Now, again, it's not all the time, but I understand that from understanding myself and the things that I've gone through. You understand what I'm saying? So it's about this, and this is why I say experience is key, because when you're out there doing your thing, you understand what I'm saying? You're going to find you're going to find women that there are certain types of women who gravitate to you. It's just like, for example, let's say you some dude who's like a drug dealer and you sell drugs and shit, and you just one of these like gangster type niggas. There's certain women who's like really about that. You understand what I'm saying? So if he recognizes, okay, I know in this part of town, in these spots, at these areas, these are the type of chicks that fuck with niggas like me, I'm gonna go there and I'm more likely gonna get more of a success rate in that area. You understand what I'm saying? Like Miles's thing is black women, like black women, the natural black women, the thick joints. They love this nigga. You understand what I'm saying? So like, he knows that through experience. You see what I mean?
Wow. So yeah, then what I'm getting from this, and I pretty much kind of knew this already, but it's important to pay attention,
right,
as you do this thing, because it seems as though when people call into your show, and I used to be like this myself, right? When people call into your show, they're like, "Oh, everybody rejected me, this, that, and third," but what they're not paying attention to each person that rejected them and what's going on in the situation. Because in my opinion, from all of this, the knowledge is more important than anything, even the sex you get, because the knowledge can get you more sex.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
I understand that. I definitely appreciate that information. Well, that's all I wanted to call for. Thank you for having me on the phone.
That's what's up, man. Appreciate the call, my brother. Yes, sir. But yeah, that's actually like advanced game. You understand what I'm saying? Like really, really understanding and pinpointing the types of women that are generally attracted to you. Again, everyone's an individual. But what happens is that because you understand, okay, I've noticed that women that sort of like hang out at these spots or into these type of things or down for these type of situations are usually attracted to me, then what happens is that one, it gives you a little bit more motivation to go and interact with those women. And you already have that confidence of, yeah, she's already most likely gonna be wanting to fuck with me because I already know that you're more likely gonna be fucking trying to get with or into a guy like me. Again, it's never 100%, but it gives you just a little bit of an edge. You see what I'm saying? It gives you a little bit of an edge to understand that. You feel me? But let's go to I think this is Sushi right here. Yo, what's poppin'? Who this? 412.
Hey, mr.locario, this is Sushi.
Yo, you all right, bro? You sound like you got the Rona. What's going on?
Yeah. I'm at the school, so I gotta keep it down. Nah.
Okay, so you whispering because people. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So what's the classroom game like? I'm thinking about like flirting in classroom and giving them phone number, or what kind of like, it's either or both.
Bro, just have conversations with girls in your class, right? And say, hey, let's hang out after class. That's it. You're making it so much harder than it needs to be, brother. Do you talk to women in your class?
Oh. I'm about to have one, like at 4 o'clock. So that's why I'm calling in right now.
Okay. So bro, when you in class or after class, when class is letting out, you walk up to girls and you introduce yourself. You have a conversation with them, and then you say, "Hey, let's hang out." Or the next time you see them, because they're going to be in your class, next time be like, "Hey, let's hang out and get some coffee. Let's chill. I'm interested in getting to know you." That's it. Real simple.
Yeah, one thing. So I discovered that I think the Netflix and chill line kind of scares them out.
You said the what?
I said the Netflix and chill line kind of not working.
Well, why you make this one? Why are you doing lines, bro? Don't do a line. Just do conversation. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's the problem. No, this is what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this. You're saying the line is not working. It's not about the line. It's about you actually making a connection in the conversation. That's the problem. You're not making any connections in the conversation. You understand what I'm saying? Like, when you're having a conversation and you're talking to the girl, right? What is interesting about the girl that you want to talk to her? Like, why are you even talking to her in the first place? What's interesting about her? Are you attracted to her? Is there something about her that made you want to come and talk to her? Like, that's the type of stuff you got to talk about in the conversation. And then when you're having the conversation with her, talking about certain things, see how she's responding to you. Is she smiling? Is she laughing? Is she blushing? Is she responding to you, asking you questions? You understand what I'm saying? Just be in the moment. And then once you see that there's some sort of, connection there, then you say, hey, listen, you seem cool. Let's exchange numbers. And then after class, we can hang out and then we can Netflix and chill. You see what I'm saying? So now she has incentive to want to go Netflix and chill because she has some sort of interest in you. You see what I'm saying? So you have to create some sort of interest first, then be like, yo, let's Netflix and chill. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand, but like, I don't know. I've been doing that, right? I've been like, like you said, have a conversation first, then sort out the Netflix and chill thing, right? A lot of them they're scared. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and how many girls have you talked to and did that in the past week?
Past week?
Yep.
Well, I'll do this to all of them, but maybe 10.
10? That's it, bro? I just did a video said you got to talk to 25 girls a day, bro. You got to step that shit up, man.
Do you think I should try like a coffee, a drink, then the Netflix and chill? Like,
no, you don't. Well, you can do it that way. You can do it however you want. What I'm saying is that you're missing the whole point, though. Before any of that happens, you understand what I'm saying? there still needs to be where you're having because this. Okay, let me say this, Sushi. Right? Let's say, okay, Sushi. Nate, tell me a food that you don't like to eat.
A food I don't like to eat?
Right.
Oh my God. What is it about food?
Just give me any type of food you hate that you don't like that's disgusting to you.
Potato.
Potato. Okay, cool. So now, Sushi, let's say I came up to you and I say, yo, Sushi, let's go get some food, let's go get some potatoes. What are you gonna say?
Oh no, I try something else. I hate potato.
Right, exactly. Now, the reason why you're saying no is because you're not really interested in the potatoes. You understand what I'm saying? You don't like that shit, right? Now, so what I'm saying is that you might be talking to women who might not like you. You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is when you have a conversation with these women, right, you will start to see through their words, their actions, their mannerisms, if they're interested in you, if they like you, if they have some sort of interest. Then once you see they have some sort of interest, then you say, hey, listen, let's hang out. Let's go get some coffee, or let's go get a drink, or let's go back to my dorm and Netflix and chill. So what I'm saying is you probably talked to 10 women who just weren't interested in you. You see what I'm saying? But a key thing is they're probably not going to be interested in you because you're not fully present in the moment, having a conversation, interacting with them so they can feel you out. You're just worried about saying, hey, let's Netflix and chill, and wanting them to say yes. You understand what I'm saying?
See, I've been doing that, right? I've been doing that. Like some of them just reject me, like, oh, I have a boyfriend, after I complimented on their body, whatever.
Okay,
right?
so then what does that mean? So Sushi, if a person's like, oh, I got a boyfriend and all that other stuff, right? That's basically saying either she's not available or she is available, but she's lying to you saying she has a boyfriend because she's not interested. Either way, that's a girl that you're not going to get with, so you move on. That's what I'm saying. So this is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So the problem is not really necessarily what you're. So what it sounds like is it's not necessarily just. Like part of it is like you got to get your, the conversation tighter. But the big part about it is that you also need to play the numbers game, bro, which is what you're not doing.
I know. I've been playing the numbers game.
Shout out to my dude Miles in the building. Shout out to my dude Miles Cunningham in the building. But Sushi, you just said, hold on. You just said you talked to 10 women in a week. In a week.
Yeah.
That's not playing the numbers game, my brother.
Okay.
A week?
Okay, so hear me out, right? So they hear me say Netflix and show, they'll laugh, they'll chuckle, whatever, right? They appear like pretty nice, but then like they don't call me after, right? Like that's what usually happens.
So you give them the number, they take the number, they don't hit you back.
Yeah, they when they take my card, they're like smiling and chuckling and laughing and whatever, right? But then like still no contact.
Right, but see, Sushi, you only did it to 10 women in a week. There's 7 days in a week. So that means you talk to what, like 1.5 girls a day?
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Sushi, if I said to you, bruh, I'm having a hard time selling my book, and you say, Locario, how many people did you try to sell your book to this week? 10? You understand what I'm saying? And then I'm like, why am I not selling a lot of books? And you're going to say, this is Locario. You need to talk to more people than 10 people a week, right?
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. So you need to talk to more women than 10 women a week.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
So, yeah, I'll be sending you more questions. So I'm still on the Bible membership. I'll send you some through emails, okay? Like about the club game. Okay? The club game. I'll talk to you later on the.
All right, man. Appreciate it, bro. Right. All right, man. See, Sushi, he's trying. He just need to eat. See that? Listen, guys. Y'all got to watch that video I just dropped earlier, man. It was titled 12 Reasons Why You Won't Get With a Girl. And in that video, I basically break down all these different reasons why you won't get with her, which is why you need to play the numbers game. You understand? You got to understand the numbers game ain't no joke. listen, it's so crazy to where, because me and Miles was talking about this on the Bad Boy show the other day. It gets so crazy to where you could be a guy who's so on point, and that scares women away. Imagine that. Imagine you can't get girls because your game is weak, but then on the flip side, you scaring away girls because your game is too goddamn strong. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is how crazy the game gets. You see what I'm saying? But see, the problem with Sushi is, one, he's not playing the numbers game, and two, he's not really noticing or seeing which girls are actually interested in him, and that's because he's not living in the moment. He's worried about just telling them, hey, let's come to my place and Netflix and chill, and he's just throwing shit at the wall. You understand what I'm saying? And see, when you guys get really, really good at talking to women and get good at the game, what's going to happen is that you're going to be able to detect, just like I was talking about with the other caller, when I was saying that there's certain types of girls you usually know or could tell that's going to be feeling you, right? But then on the flip side of that too, is that when you're talking to a woman, right? When you're having a conversation with a woman, right? You can sense and see, based off of her reaction and her response and her body language and all this other stuff, you can see if has some sort of interest in you or if she's totally just not interested in you. You understand what I'm saying? You'll be able to see that. And so what happens is, a lot of times you guys are giving your number to girls who are not interested. So Sushi might have been giving his number he gave his number to 10 girls who weren't really even interested in him. You understand what I'm saying? And so what happens is, you give your information to these girls, or you might even get their number and you hit them up and they're not responding to you. You're like, damn, how come these girls aren't responding? They're not responding because they were never interested. And they were never interested in the first place, but you didn't notice. You understand? You didn't notice. So you gotta be able to notice these things. But guys, the calling number is 516-387-1224, 516-387-1224. We got 334 people watching right now. Get the likes up. Get them likes up, people. Call in or put a Q. Put a Q in the chat. If you got any questions, if you don't want to call up, put a Q in the chat. And we will get that shit cracking. But yeah, that's the thing, man. You know, a lot of guys, man, when it comes to this whole thing of, you know, women being hot and always being so obsessed with the hottest girl ever. Again, we all want a girl that is hot and that we're attracted to. The problem is, though, is that if you're out there just focusing on trying to get the baddest Instagram thoughts, you understand? And then you fucking with her and you realize, okay, this shit is whack. You're just wasting your time and energy. Right? You got to be very open out here to interacting with different types of women. This is why I say to guys, look, if you just having casual sex with a girl, right? She don't have to be the baddest chick ever. Why? You're not wifing her up. You're not like sitting there trying to be with her for the rest of your life, but she's fuckable. She's, you know, sexually attractive enough for you to want to have sex with her. Now, if you notice that, go have sex with that girl. Right? And then you never know. You and her could be super sexually compatible, and that could be your next fuck buddy. Well, what most guys gonna do, they're gonna be like, well, she ain't a dime, so I'm just not gonna bother. It's like, that's stupidness. Okay, so let me go to 817. I'm gonna get to you in a second. So Krista Place said, Locario, why do bitches love to be denigrated in the bedroom but don't like it outside the bedroom? Because, bro, you know, they want to do that freaky shit behind closed doors. You understand? They don't want, you know, the outside to know they freaky, because that'll fuck their game up. You understand? Chicks can't, you know, usually show how freaky they are or broadcast that, because that'll fuck up their whole game. Because how are they gonna, you know, get the simps to wine and dine them. You understand? You see what I mean? So let me go to 817. 817. 817 was popping. Who this?
Hey, what's up, man? I'm on the Bad Boy membership, and yesterday I was at a restaurant.
Hold on. Did you donate?
I did not.
Oh man, bro, you gotta listen. The donation button is at the top, but I'm gonna make you pass. But go ahead. What's your question, real quick?
Well, it's more of just a comment. I just approached this. Well, she was a server, but I finally I was able to do it and not think about it because I've been just drilling my head with all your videos and all that, and it just happened naturally. And I was confident, I was comfortable. I wasn't my voice wasn't shaky. It wasn't nervous. None of that. And I got the number, text her, but I mean, nothing ever happened. But I mean, like you said, it's a numbers game. But I was like, man, I was actually able to do it and just have a conversation with a chick. And
that's what I'm talking about.
Thank you.
I'm loving it. See, that's what it's about. It's about going out there and doing it. That's what I'm talking about. Because look, let me tell you something. The more you do it, the less nerve-wracking it's going to be, the less nerves you're going to have. And this is the thing. You'll still sort of have a feeling of when you first starting it, first going out there, making it happen. But it gets easier every time you do it. You understand what I'm saying? Because what happens is once it's like you gotta start getting used to it to where it's second nature. You understand? To where you're not even realizing that what you're doing and you're not even realizing that you're trying to do it. It just happens. And see, this happened. This is going to happen in all of the areas of your game. And especially when you start talking to these girls. Let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you right now, and you're going to remember I want you to remember that I said this when it happens, right? The more you talk to women, the more it builds your mouthpiece. So that means that you're a little bit more free flowing and it's easier to communicate, right? Because you're doing it more. Yeah. So then what happens is that you're going to be talking to women where you're not going to be thinking about nothing but just being in the moment and talking to her. And you're going to say the flyest shit. You're going to be talking about the coolest shit, and she's going to be feeling you because it's coming out naturally. Like, for example, if you think about it, think about this, right? I get on this camera and I'm able to consistently talk for like an hour straight without no script. You understand what I'm saying? Without thinking about what I'm going to say, and be able to keep doing that. The only reason I'm able to keep doing that and do it so seamlessly and as effortlessly is because I've been doing this for a long time. So now it's like my mind and my body is able to do this on a consistent basis easily. It's the same thing with talking to women. So the more that you do it, the more that your mind and your body and your energy is going to work for you to make it happen easier when you're doing it. So you're going to start just, hollering at girls like, hey, girl, what's up? How you doing? What's going on? Hold on. Stop for a second. Let me talk to you for a minute. Yo, you looking sexy as fuck. What's up? My name is so-and-so. What you doing today? Yeah. Oh, you're going to be like just killing it. And so that happens where you're constantly doing it. It becomes so second nature to you. It becomes so easy. You see what I'm saying? And so that's what happens when you're out there doing it. So I want to applaud you. I commend you for really going out there and making it happen. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is, bro.
Hey, I appreciate that. That means a lot. Can I get one more thing in before I go?
Yeah, go ahead real quick.
Yeah, so, and then I just told her, I was like, man, I was like, hey, what's your name? And, told her my name, and I was like, I find you very attractive, and, I want to get your number and, take you out and get to know you better. And she was trying to hit me with well, can I give you my Snapchat? And I was like, man, I don't do Snapchat. I only do phone numbers. So she gave me the phone number, and of course, nothing came of it. But I was like, hey, I did it.
Right. No, that's what's up. That's what it is, bro. You listen. You just got to keep doing it. It's a numbers game. You got to run into the chicks who are feeling you. You're going to run into a bunch of other girls who's going to just be on some bullshit. But the thing is, the more you do it, the more you learn. You understand what I'm saying? And that's really what it's about. It's about learning, because that feeling you get of you know, that first hesitation, and you just like, fuck it. You go out there, do it. You talk to her, and then the feeling you get after you've done it, that's the feeling of accomplishment. It's not even about getting with her. It's about you facing your fear of doing it and getting past the fear. Because now what happens is that when you keep doing it and making it happen, then that's when you're able to get to the girls that's going to want to fuck with you, because now you have, you're basically beating down the fear. So then when you get to the next girl and the next girl and the next girl, and you see those girls you really want and really like, it's going to be easy to approach them and talk to them. You see what I'm saying? So that's what it is.
Man, thank you, man. Thank you for those videos and all that. It's worth it, y'all. Get on it for real.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. I appreciate you, my brother. That's what's up, man. Man, keep me posted, man. I'm a holla. All right, peace.
All right.
See, this is what I'm telling you guys. Get up on that bad boy membership.
Do it.
I'm telling y'all.
Just do it.
I need to get up on that bad boy membership.
Don't let your dreams be
Don't let your dreams be dreams.
Yesterday you said
you said tomorrow.
Just do it.
Exactly. So you guys got to go out there and get this shit cracking. So 513, I'm gonna get to your call in a second. So King League says, do you have any advice for a college game? I don't live on campus. Bro, see, when y'all be talking about all these different things, college game, bus game, classroom game, day game, night game, it's all the same shit, guys. Listen, it's all the same shit. All it is that based off of the context and the situation you're in, right? You use critical thinking skills to find out the best way to get at this situation, right? So if you're in class and you're in a college course and there's everybody sitting down and the teacher's lecturing and shit, that might not be the best time to go holler at a girl because you're all sitting there taking notes and do what you do. So you say to yourself, okay, after class, I'm gonna walk out to the hallway and holler at her there. Or it could be even before class. Let's say she's chilling in front of the door. Nobody's there yet. Or she's sitting down in the classroom and the professor didn't get there yet. It's like 10, 15 minutes before the class is going to start. You go up in there, you sit next to her. Hey, how you doing? What's up? My name is so-and-so. Listen, I want to talk to you about this, blah, 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 whatever. Right? That's it. And so no matter where you're at and what you're doing, just whatever the context is, whatever is going on in this situation, right? You just figure out the best course of action for that situation. So if you're at the club, you're at the bar, you're in the street, whatever it is, what is the best course of action for that situation? And again, that comes with practice because you got to be able to think quick and be able to think on your feet, right? Because, for example, if you see a bad chick, right, and she's getting into a cab or she's trying to flag down a cab, right? But you want to holler at her. You see she's in a rush, she's trying to get in the cab, whatever it is like that, right? This is why it's best to have business cards because now you walk up to her and be like, hey, miss, listen, I see you about to catch a cab real quick. I just want to come to you quick. Thought you was interesting. Here's my card. Hit me up, later today at this time and let's talk, right? And then you just keep it pushing, right? And so it shows that you know how to interact and you got, you understand the situation. You're making what you need to make known, and then you keep it pushing, right? If you was in let's say you saw a girl, but she was with her parents, or which what looks like her parents. You understand what I'm saying? And she's probably like, I don't know, in her mid-20s or whatever, and her dad is there and her mom is there. You address the mom and dad, hey guys, how you doing? Listen, I wanted to be respectful and come up to y'all, but I think your daughter is really beautiful. And I just wanted to come and say hi. And I would just know if it's okay if I talk to your daughter for a second. Boom. You know what I'm saying? Think about the situation. Think about what's going on in the situation. What's the best way to get at the situation? You see what I'm saying? So that's really what it's about. But let's go to 513. 513 was popping. Who this?
What's up, Locario? How you doing? Chrislin from Cincinnati.
Chrislin, what's going on, my brother?
Yes. Not much, man. Yes, I did donate.
That's just $15. Appreciate you, my brother. What's going on?
Not much. I just wanted to say this. I met a girl online, Bumble.
Right.
And we were talking on the phone, and I told her that I go out on dates with the intentions of romantic interest, right? And she asked me, what does that mean? Well, I told her what I like doing. I like sitting close. I like holding hands and all that stuff. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the situations that I'm running into with women is this, like, oh, like, what if I don't feel comfortable enough? Well, I just tell them that the date is over, then they call me mean. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we had the date set up for Saturday, and she sent me a text message. It's a pretty long text message, and it seemed like she made the situation totally different than what it actually was. If that makes any sense.
Right. And so what,
like, the only way, go ahead.
No, I was saying, so what's the situation now though? What's the issue?
Well, she declined on me Saturday. I would prefer to read the text to you. That way you could get the whole context.
Okay, well, leave the names out, but go ahead. Read what she's saying.
No, there's no name.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty long. I'm gonna read.
Try to speed through it.
Hey, good morning. I'm so glad I had a chance to talk with you last night. It allowed me to get a better idea of your character and pick up on the vibes you can't get through text and voice notes. You definitely have a way with words. While you are very charming, charismatic, direct, and honest. Yes, he wrote a lot. Okay, just a second. There is certain things about the vibe about you that brings me a pause and discomfort. Going back to you wanting to make me think, I've been pondering on something you said. Your analogy about seating at the baseball games, equating that to the dating experience with you. And you're right. I wouldn't be willing to buy seats at a game knowing the balls are whizzing by my head, potentially causing harm. I wouldn't go on a date where my level of comfort with something isn't considered or dismissed. That doesn't make me feel safe or protected. Regardless, if you let me know up front. So in the interest of respecting your time, I have to decline Saturday's date. Best of luck.
Right. And so what did you say to her specifically that she's saying she wouldn't feel comfortable and all? Like, what did she even talk about? What did y'all talk about?
I just talked about, hey, I go on dates for the romantic interest purposes. Like, all I said to her was this: I like to sit close to my dates. I like holding hands. That's all I said. I didn't really get into much detail.
Right.
And she brought up the fact that, oh, well, what if somebody's not comfortable with that? Well, that's why I'm telling you up front what I'm doing.
Right.
So that way,
right.
You know what I'm all about.
Well, that's the thing. See, I think April already said in the chat. She said she's basically not into you, bro. That's all that is.
Of course, I know that.
That's all that is. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. See, the thing is, man, you guys got to understand with these women, right? It's there's situations where you know, and this is what I usually say in most cases. One, I tell guys, don't really talk to women. You understand? When you set up a date. You understand? Because women they're always looking for a bunch of bullshit to disqualify you or to like not fuck with you. You understand?
Right.
So the thing is, you don't, and this is the thing. You don't want to give them a reason to do that. Now, there's some guys who they're smooth and all that other stuff, and they can say certain things that'll keep the interest going or whatever. But I usually try to steer clear from that because the thing is that, you know, when you're first meeting women, they're always looking for some nonsense to be like, oh, I don't like that, so I'm not going to fuck with them. You understand what I'm saying? Where it's really nothing. It's not really a big deal. But to them, they're always looking for some bullshit. Now, the thing is also is that if this girl was really into you, right, she would have just came through and been like, oh, okay, that sounds good or whatever. And then she would have made that happen. So if she's saying, oh, I feel weird about you saying I want to be romantic with you and hold hands and get close, that just basically means you don't want to get close to me. So therefore, we're good. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's it. You see what I mean? So
I brought that up to her. Yeah, I brought all that stuff. Well, that is you saying, well, they might be nervous or they might be uncomfortable. And I said to her, usually that means that you're not into somebody, and she denied it. I don't know why, but
you ain't even got to have that conversation with her. You understand what I'm saying? Like, this is the thing I always say to guys, man. Like, when you first start talking to a girl and interacting with a girl, and I've made this mistake plenty of times too, which is why I'm telling you guys, don't bother to make this mistake. You want to have the least amount of interaction with her as possible. You understand? So where did you said you matched with this girl on Bumble?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Now, was it you that initiated the phone call or was it her?
I initiated the phone call. Just to give you a quick backstory, I'm actually visiting Cleveland, so I actually had some dates set up there. I was trying to set up some dates up there.
Right.
That's what's going on.
Right. And so this is the thing. If you guys are setting up dates, no phone calls, none of that shit. You understand what I'm saying? So meaning you match with her, y'all match in this Bumble, so I'm sure she has to send the first message, right? And she's like, hey, how's it going? Oh, I'm doing fine. How are you doing? And she's like, oh, I'm good. Well, listen, when are you free? We should get together and get a drink. And then she's like, oh, I'm free Friday at this time. Cool. Well, look, there's this spot over here. I'll meet me here Friday at 7. And then she says, all right, cool. Sounds good. That's it. You don't talk to her, nothing, right? Now, when Friday comes, hit her up Friday morning. Hey, what's up? We still on for tonight at 7? She says, cool. Then y'all go and meet on Friday. That's it. You meet up with her. No phone calls, nothing in between. You understand what I'm saying? None of that shit. Now, in the event that, let's say you did that on, let's say a Tuesday or some shit. You set it up on a Tuesday. You said, let's meet up Friday, right? Let's say on Wednesday, right? She says, oh, hey, can we like get on the phone and talk before the date and all that other stuff? Your response should be, well, listen, that sounds cool and all, but I'm actually really busy. But I would, I'm looking forward to seeing you Friday though. Curve that shit. You understand what I'm saying? Now, if she says, oh, well, I don't like to meet up with guys who, I don't talk to first. Okay, well, I guess we're not meeting. That's it. Like, it's better to get rid of her than to waste time and then still nothing happens. Because notice what happened in your situation. How long were you on the phone with this woman?
Oh my God. I got to go back. Maybe a half hour.
Exactly.
Maybe 45
so now you wasted a half an hour talking to this woman. Then you wasted time reading this long ass text and texting back and forth with her, and y'all still ain't meeting up. So you see what I'm saying? So the thing is, why would you interact with a woman that much and then you still never meet her? You understand what I'm saying? So this is why I say do not interact with them and just set it up so you can meet. So even if what happens is, let's say Tuesday you hit her up, hey, let's meet up on Friday. She says, cool. And then the only time you text her or hit her up is Friday morning to say, hey, are we still on? Right now, let's say she says, you hit up on Friday. She says, oh, I'm so sorry. Something came up. I can't see you. All right, cool. So now you're not seeing her, but you didn't waste a half an hour talking to her on the phone. You didn't waste time going back and forth with her. You see what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Because so what it is that you're giving them the least amount of time so that if they do flake, you didn't waste your time. And also when you give them the least amount of time, you don't give them any ammunition to try to fucking dismiss you. You understand? Because she don't know nothing yet. You see what I mean? And if she wants to know something, she has to come meet me. Because now that when she meets me, what happens is that all of those little things she would have pointed out and not wanted to fuck with you, dissipates because now she's in front of me now. So there's more to play with. There's more interaction. So now she's in a whole different state of mind and in a whole different energy because she's in front of me. You understand what I'm saying? Versus I set a date, then I'm talking to you on the phone for half an hour, or whatever it is, and we going back and forth, and now she's thinking about all this, and I'm giving her all of this energy, and I still haven't met this woman at all. You see what I'm saying? So all I'm telling you is don't waste your time and energy with women you haven't met yet, that you don't even know yet. You just set the date and then confirm the date, see her on the date. That's all you need to do. And if she's the one who's talking about, hey, let's talk more, let's do, no. We're not gonna do all of that. I'll see you on the date, and if you ain't trying to see me, then fuck you. You understand what I'm saying? That's it.
Yeah. There was another situation I was in Sunday, and I went to go hold a woman's hand, and she told me the exact same thing. Oh, I don't feel comfortable doing that. I just ended the date right there, and it was funny what she said, because she was like, oh, well, I need to get to know you. I need to have more information to make a decision. I'm like, wait a minute. We spent, 45 minutes? Like before I met you, then I'm spending, an hour on a date. So shouldn't that be enough time right there to make an actual decision?
Yeah, that's all bullshit. That's all bullshit. Let me tell you guys something. Let me tell you what's really going on in these situations. When you're with a girl and interacting with her, you're on a date or whatever, and you're and like you said, your shit was you was just holding her hand, right? That was it. Right. So it ain't like you trying to tell her to suck your dick in the park or anything. You understand what I'm saying? So you just telling her to hold your hand, and she's like, oh, that's just too much. I just need to take it slow and yada, yada, yada. Right? Let me tell you guys something. Right. That's all bullshit. That's all bullshit. When chicks are like that, you got to charge the ass to the game, because what they're doing is that they're basically having you there as a placeholder. You understand what I'm saying? That you're a placeholder until somebody she actually wants comes along. You understand? You're also a placeholder to give her energy for her ego to feel good, because the guy that dumped her the last time, who she really wants to be with and who she misses, isn't around. So she doesn't want to necessarily do anything with you necessarily, right? She just wants you there as an emotional tampon. She wants you there to sort of soak up your energy so she can feel good about herself. She wants to use your energy to make herself feel good. So this is why they hit you with I got to take it slow. We got to get to know each other a little more. I don't want to move too fast, because all I don't want to move too fast is code for is, hey, listen, stop touching me, because I don't want you to touch me, because I'm not really into you like that. And I don't want to have to go further than I need to go, because I had no plan to go further than this. You see what I'm saying? So they can use that as the thing in their back pocket to pull out to say, hold on. Okay, I want you to still be here so I can use you, but I don't want to actually give you anything or give you any type of reciprocation, because I'm not really into you. But they can't say that. See, a woman's will never be honest and say, hey, listen, I don't really like you. I'm just having you here for the time being because I'm hurt from my last relationship, or because I'm bored and I need some attention, but I don't really like you. They're not going to say that. What they're going to say is, we need to take it slow. They're going to say, this is too much for me right now. They're going to say, I'm not ready for that right now. That's what they're going to say. You see what I mean? Like, I remember I was out with a chick once, right? I was out with this chick once. This chick was, I think, in her early 50s, right? But she looked good. Early 50s. And she had a kid, right? And she told me about, we were talking, and she told me about like the last guy she was with or whatever, and all this other shit that went down, right? And then so we were on the date, and we're kissing, and we're like interacting, and getting all touchy feely and all this other stuff, right? So and this is a while ago. So I had a place that that I was able to take her. So I said to her, I said, hey, let's meet up this day, and I'll come over to your spot. So she says, oh, my son's going to be there that day. So that's not going to be good. I said, okay, cool. Well, listen, I'm gonna have my spot open so you could come through to my spot, right? So then she says to me, oh, I don't think I'm ready for all of that, right? So we went from kissing and touching and she grabbing my dick in the middle of the street on the first time we met to that weekend when I'm trying to set something up. Now she's not ready for that. No, it's not that she's not ready for that. It's that the other dude who fucked her over, right? She's looking for another person, which was me at the time, to give her that time, energy, attention, but without her having to really go all the way. Because what she really expected me to do was to like take her out again, probably go out to dinner with her or some other goofy shit. But when it was time to get some sex popping, right? She was in a position to where she could have sex with me, but then I might not call her again. She don't know if I'm gonna call her again or do anything. So now to protect that situation, she's like, "Hey, let's take it slow. I'm not ready for all that yet. Let's back it up," because she needs me and my energy to boost her up because she's feeling a certain way right now with what happened with the guy before. You understand? This is what these women do. So what I'm telling you guys is that when they doing that type of shit, just charge it to the game. Just charge it to the game. She does not need to get to know you more. She does not need to, oh, I'm not comfortable now. That's all bullshit. All of it is bullshit. I'm just telling you guys right now, it's all bullshit. You see what I'm saying? She's not feeling you like that. And she's just using you for the time being. That's all that is. When a woman does all that shit, it's just usage for the time being. I'm trying to tell you guys. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. That's why I ended the date, and she was in shock. Why are you in the date so early? Because we can see that we're not on the same page.
Exactly.
Why in the world am I going to continue giving you my time, and you're not, you're not cooperating?
Exactly. Exactly. So that's what I'm saying, bro. Don't fall. Listen, guys. All you guys listening to the sound of my voice right now, do not fall for that shit. And this is what you guys can do, right? If a chick says that, you can say, hey, listen, I actually want to spend time with a woman who's, on the same page as me, right? And you can let her know. You can be like, hey, listen, I'm actually interested in you. I'm attracted to you. And I want to make some sexual or romantic situations happen with you. When you're ready, you can hit me up. But right now, I'm going to end the date. And that's it. You understand what I'm saying? So whenever you get comfortable enough to hit me up and be at the level where I'm at, then holler at me. Other than that, you have a good night. You understand what I'm saying? That's it. That's it. You see what I mean? Because you don't have to sit there and have her sort of use you up in the situation. Don't do that. You understand? Yeah. All right. All right, man. So yeah, just keep pushing and don't let these chicks try to play those games at you, my brother. All right.
Yes.
All right, my brother. Thank you. I'm a holla. Peace. All right. So let's go. We're gonna go to 732-619 or 732. Cut off. We're going to 619-646, and then we're gonna head up out of here. 619. What's popping? Who this?
Hey, what's going on, Locario? I did donate, by the way. So
Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it. What's going on?
All right, so I just had a question. So I went on a date with this girl some time ago. I saw her at the park, whatever. I talked to her. We was chopping it up back and forth. And I said, hey, I'm going to be at this spot, on Saturday or whatever. Come through at this time.
Right.
So she agreed to it. She came through and we kicking it. We having a good time or whatever. And then, I started like kissing on her. We touched, feel everything is all good. Right.
Right.
So then, like the end of the date comes and everything was cool pretty much. So we had a good time together. And then I said, all right, cool. Well, look, I'm gonna go out of town for a little bit, but on Tuesday, I'm gonna hit you up and we're gonna set up a time to meet up on Thursday. That's what we had agreed to, right?
Right.
So then Tuesday came along and I said, hey, I'm free at this time or whatever. Meet me here at this place on Thursday and let's make something happen, right?
Right.
So then she didn't respond to me till like a day and a half later. And she was like, I have an appointment at that time. When are you free during the day, that same day or whatever the fuck she said to me, right?
Right.
And so I was like, I was kind of like, what the fuck? Like, you took a day and a half to respond to me. Like, that's not cool. So what I said to her, I said, look, like, we can try to make something happen like a different time throughout the day, but in all honesty, that type of communication is not going to work.
Right.
Like, you know, I need you to be a bit more reasonable, like when you respond to me, if we're gonna make something happen. So
Right.
like, if you can do that, then cool. If not, then, you know, I can bid you a good night and we can move on with ourselves, right? And then so she said, okay, cool. Well, then, like, I guess we're not fucking with each other. I was like, all right, for sure. And I just charged it.
Mm.
And my question is, like, did I do that correctly? Like, should I have even mentioned that whole day and a half shit, or like, how did? What's your thoughts on that?
Right. Well, this is the thing. It just depends on. It depends on you at the end of the day. Meaning that she's showing you the type of girl and the type of responses and how she responds. Right. So either she's responding that way because she's flighty and that's just how she is, or she's responding that way because she's disingenuous. Meaning that she got your text, right? But what she probably could have been doing was seeing if there was something else better that she could have done. And then whenever that thing either fell through or didn't happen, that's when she got back to you to pretend like, oh, I didn't see this. And oh, my bad. I'm sorry. And this, you understand what I'm saying? So either way, either way, whatever the situation was, is that it took her that long to hit you back. And she's just kind of like all over the place. Now, if you don't give a fuck and you're just like, you know what? I'm just trying to see a time or set up a time where I could fuck this chick or whatever, then you don't really got to say all that stuff. And then you could just like rearrange your situation to make it happen if that's what you want to do. But if you're the type of guy that says, you know what, I just don't like motherfuckers fucking with my time and that shit is annoying. And so you let her know, hey, listen, because what you're doing is you're letting her know, hey, I don't really like this. So if it's going to be this way, then I'm going to just fall back. But if you're going to want to be with me and see what's going to happen, I'm just letting you know what it is. Now, she decided to, so what she said, so she was like, fuck it then? She was on some, well, fuck it type shit?
No, I mean, she gave me like this whole spiel. I didn't really read the whole thing. I just looked at like what her outcome was. The response, and she was like, best of luck to you. In other words, like, so let's go our separate ways. And
right. So she was saying, right. So she was saying that, well, fuck it. That's what I'm saying. So the fact that she would respond that way, right? That's basically showing you that she wasn't really giving a fuck like that. You understand what I'm saying? Again, when a woman is really feeling you, she's gonna try her best to make something happen. And if she couldn't make it happen, let's say it was an honest mistake. Let's say she was like I don't know. Let's say she was just super like all over the place. She didn't really recognize the text or saw the text and just forgot to get back to you, whatever the fuck it was, right? If she gets back to you, right? She would have, like, when she first got back to you, was she saying, oh my God, I'm so sorry for not getting back to you late or whatever? Did she sound apologetic when she first responded?
She was apologetic. She was like, oh, hey, I'm sorry. I've been really busy. I've been doing this and doing that. She did say that to me.
Right.
I didn't, like, I was like, I think that's bullshit though, in all truth. Cause like when I was with her on a date and even before, like when I first met her, she was always on her fucking phone. So,
right. Exactly.
That to like, you that type of bullshit.
Right. Exactly. If she's always on her phone and now all of a sudden she's so busy, she ain't seeing shit on the phone. You see what I'm saying? So it's shit like that. You realize that. Right. So now her apology wasn't even sincere. So now what happens is that you basically let her know, hey, look, if you trying to fuck with me, this is what it is. And she basically said, well, fuck you then. I'm out. You understand what I'm saying? So for her to make it that easy for her to just say, fuck you, I'm out. And on top of that, she took that long to message you. That means that her interest was low. Just like the other guy, the Chris that just called earlier, is that when women act this way, where it's kind of like very nonchalant, lackadaisical, sort of like whatever type of thing, they're not really that into you. You're a placeholder. You're just there if something else better doesn't come along. And so this is why, because like if she was really feeling you, she'd have been like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, blah, blah, blah. Is there another day or time we could do it, right? And then you would have said, hey, listen, I don't really like, that type of stuff. And, if we're going to hook up, you gotta, be responsive to me. What she would have said in return was, oh, hey, I apologize. I see what you're saying. Is there another day we can do this? And I'll definitely be there and blah, 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 blah. And that would have been it. You see what I'm saying? She would have been open to seeing you. But the fact that she's saying best of luck to you, right? What it is that she wasn't really feeling like that, or right? It could have been a situation where because she's so fucking insecure but prideful, she didn't want to adhere to the fact that she was fucking up. And women do that a lot too. You understand? Meaning that because she doesn't want to adhere to the fact that she was fucking up, she would rather just fall back and be like, oh, well, whatever, because she doesn't want to have to address or own up to the fact that she was fucking up. You understand what I'm saying? So she would rather just be prideful and say, fuck it, than to actually continue to deal with you. You see what I'm saying? Because now she's like, damn, well, if this is how it's going to be, I already know that I'm a fucking chick who's all over the place and who ain't really about nothing. So I don't want to have to encounter this again with this guy. You understand what I'm saying? So she's like, all right, I'm out of here.
Right.
You see what I mean? So it's just like, you know, again, my thing is this. It's either cooperation or it's not cooperation. You understand? It's either cooperation or it's not cooperation, nowhere in between. Because again, when the woman wants it to happen, she will make it happen. She will climb mountains, swim rivers, you know, go into outer space and fly around planets to get to you. You understand what I'm saying? If she wants it to happen. And usually, and then what they'll do is they'll be very cooperative and very about it when they want it to happen. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, no, I feel you. All right, for sure. Good luck.
All right, my brother.
I do have one more question, though.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, my fault. You going or?
Oh, no, go ahead. You good.
Oh, okay, no. So I was just wondering, like, what's it called? Like, when you approach a chick, right? And let's say, like, you mentioned this a little bit before, I think, on your last caller, but you said that, like, it's not that much different when you approach a woman and her mom. You just go up to her mom and say, I think your daughter's really cute. Can I talk to her for a second? Is that how you kind of go about it?
Yeah. Like if she's with her parents or whatever. Yeah, if she's with her parents, you just be respectful to. It's just like approaching like a group of women. Like you address the whole group. You feel what I'm saying? So you know, because if you see a chick with her parents and you just randomly try to holler at her, the parents gonna be like, "Fuck is this guy?" Like you know, the father might want to, you know what I'm saying, do something to you. Like what you rolling up on my daughter like that? You understand what I'm saying? So you gotta approach the parents first, and then you know what I'm saying, holler at the daughter. You feel what I mean?
Okay, for sure. All right, for sure. Good looking out, Locario. Appreciate you.
All right, my brother. Appreciate the call. All right. So last one, 646 was popping. Who this?
It's Shia from Brooklyn. What's good?
Shia, what's going on, my brother? Did you donate?
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it. What's going on?
Yeah, so I have a comment and a question. I was just kind of following up with what you said about knowing the woman that gravitate towards you, because I kind of view that. Well, I kind of experienced it, but I didn't know what to call it. I just knew that there's a certain type of woman that was attracted to me. Like for example, like like generally for me, I'm not really, or at least the hood chicks, they not really attracted to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. They don't like me because I'm whatever. So it's like sometimes I'll see a chick maybe in the streets or online, and she'll look good. You know what I'm saying, in terms of her body,
right?
But she got that hood in her eyes. She got that hood. You can tell she hood.
Right. So
it's like sometimes I'll hesitate towards actually approaching or reaching out to that type of woman. And I mean, part of it could be just me overthinking the situation. But another part of me is saying that, I know it's not really gonna go anywhere because I'm not really, they're not gonna be feeling me like that because I don't know, like that's just not my vibe.
Right.
And I'm not their vibe. So like, what do you think about? So my question is, for the woman that you kind of know generally don't talk to you or generally may not be attracted, do you still talk to them if you like them?
Of course.
Even though you know that they may not be feeling you, like what do you do?
Right, of course. Well, this is the thing. It's not, see, when I was talking about earlier about you know, the type of chicks that generally would be interested in you, whatever, like that, and you sort of have that like knowledge or whatever. If you see other women who are not that, but you're interested in talking to them, yeah, you still talk to them because that particular girl still might be interested in you. Because again, nothing is 100%. That's what I'm saying. Where the thing is that it's like, for example, like, you know, I know like every time when I go to like, and I've only been there like a few times, like when I went to Jamaica, Barbados or whatever. Whenever and then the funny thing is that, or if I'm in a Caribbean environment, even here in the States or whatever, right? I notice that a lot of those type of chicks be feeling me heavy. It's ridiculous. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and so if I see a girl who's not that, let's say I see an Asian girl, you understand what I mean? That's just like some Chinese girl or whatever, or Japanese girl or whatever like that, I'm going to still holler at her because if I'm interested, I'm gonna just say something and talk to her. You see what I mean? And so that girl might be or might not be interested. Who knows? You just got to keep doing it. So it's not to say that if a girl isn't like the type of girl that usually goes for you, you shouldn't do it. What I'm saying is that the girls that usually you most likely know who would be into you, that's just more of you having that advantage of having that type of knowledge to know that these are the type of women that generally go for me. But if you see a girl who's not that, still go after, still holler. Still interact with her. You feel what I'm saying? Because she may be interested. You never know. You understand? And that's the thing with approaching women. You never know. See, a lot of guys you know, it's funny. A lot of guys be waiting for a woman to give them a choosing signal and all this other stuff, right? But the thing is that there are girls that you could get with who would have never given you a choosing signal. Like you could literally be standing right in front of them. They won't even look at you. You understand what I'm saying? At all. Right? They won't even look in your direction or nothing. And then you go up and approach them and talk to them. And then they'll be into you after you had finished fucking having a conversation. You see what I'm saying? So you never know if a girl's going to be into you until you actually have a conversation and interact with her. You see what I'm saying? So no matter who the girl is, no matter if she's checking you out or not, you got to go up and like, listen, when I first met my wife, she was not checking me out. She didn't even see me coming. You understand what I'm saying? Like I came into it was like a fucking bar or whatever, bar club / thing. I walked in and I just saw her from behind. You understand what I'm saying? So she was looking good in her jeans. And then I walked straight up to her and I walked in front of her. And then I was just like, yo, what's up? And she was with her friend and all three of us was talking. And then that was it. You understand what I'm saying? So it's just like, you know, I just hollered and did what I do. And that's that. So it's like with any girl, you do that with any chick. And the thing is, you'll find out and figure out which ones are feeling you by the interaction. You know, what's going on. Is she stopping to talk to you? Is she flirting with you? Is she trying to walk away? Is she ignoring you? Like what is going on in the situation? And so you got to figure that out by approaching. So don't worry about if this is like the type of girl you think would be most likely into you. You got to just approach any and every girl you want to, and then see what's going to go down from there, from the jump. You feel what I'm saying?
Facts. All right, great. Thanks for that advice.
All right, my brother. Appreciate the call. I'm a holla. All right. So, guys, that's pretty much it. I'm about to head up out of here. I got to go out in Brooklyn and do some shopping and shit. You feel me? Yeah, man. So, guys, make sure you guys go to badboymembership.com to join the Bad Boy membership, where you get 45 through 90-minute audio and video dating advice tutorials every month. Go to badboymembership.com. You can also get the Game Kings for free there if you want it by itself. Go to mr.locario.com so you can get the copy by itself. But you should definitely get up on that Bad Boy membership because, again, right now we have the program, the most effective way to play the numbers game to get massive success with women. That is the program right now. And I appreciate everybody in the chats. Appreciate everybody in the chat. I will holler at you guys later. And remember, guys, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone.
When it comes to being a man, it's about being that rock. It's about being stable.
So first, you're going to have to find discipline within yourself. Do you have that type of discipline? Do you even have the heart to be ruthless?
Women need leadership.
It is in their nature to seek out leadership.
You know, you can't do it 99 because all that's part of a man. You got to do it 100.
Apparently, these women out here having sex with somebody. Apparently, they're getting pregnant with somebody. Shoot, somebody getting some.
You should look at something like hypergamy and allow it to inspire you to always be evolving, getting better, expanding, developing.
There are things you know, there are things you don't know. Then there are things you don't know you don't even know.
There can be 10 of us in one room, and there's one question, and there's 10 correct answers, all different.
I be wondering what if I wasn't on some peace and love shit. Would I be wildin' on some bug shit? It's crazy that I'll make a rap. I'm saying that, I'm saying this. Y'all playing crap, y'all claim the whack, y'all lame, you act like I ain't it. I am the shit, let's state the facts. I be keeping it too real. I'm original, you steal. I'm an individual. What I'm living through, you can relate, cause I create a visual I'm giving you to feel. Nigga, I be all in the zone. Addressing me as Mr. cause I'm quite grown. Polyamorous to the bone. How you got a wife and a girlfriend that love you but still feel alone? How you so cute but think ugly? How you got so much dope but don't act funny? How this bitch ain't gon' fuck me? How I'm with a chick for 4 years and I questioned if she ever loved me. How you feel sad but you don't know why? Why you feel ashamed when you cry? You just feeling stressed and depressed cause you wanna be free to be the real you and you been living a lie. Nigga, I be acting all PC. Don't wanna beef, but believe me, I will knock out your teeth, slam your head into the TV. Niggas don't wanna see me in that state of mind. I'll date a dime and make her find herself. Fuck if the dame is fine. Don't wine and dine. I'm not a simp, I'll pimp her mind. While I'm out of sight, I'm in her mind. The game's so heavy. Why you think you're every girl's dream? Let me bring it down to earth. When I flirt, it is deadly. I can have Kim, Jenny, Becky, and Debbie. Real talk, I'm the realest. Motherfucker, why you gotta say you real for? You ain't gotta prove that you the truth to these fake niggas. Fuck them niggas, they are real frauds. What's the deal, y'all? They like fake shit. They might take shit, they flip it and turn it to some basic whack shit. Is tragic and I hate it. How you gonna sit there and watch them make this? How these no game ass niggas say this? How they act like they didn't bite you, but they know without you that they ain't shit. All right, I'm leaving for real this time. Shout out to everybody. I'm out.